The 2024 NBA deal deadline is already passed, and the current state of play is different but not too drastic. The deadline sparked a lot of rumors and activity, leaving some teams excited and others wondering the direction the team is even moving in. Let's look at the trades that could make or break the biggest winners and losers seasons. The winners. The New York Knicks. Now, forget about the orange and blue parade. The Knicks just celebrated their victory at MSG. They increased their chances of being a contender by acquiring versatile scorer Alec Burks from Detroit and sniper Bojan Bogdanovic from Serbia. They have more scoring options, improved shooting, and stronger wing defense thanks to these astute plays, which makes them a serious threat in the East. Anunoby's arrival has already generated a lot of discussion and praise, and Bogdanovic and Burks should also be beneficial in the near, medium, and long terms. Bogdanovic and Burks will be crucial for scoring points and setting up plays as long as Anunoby and Randle are sidelined, providing Brunson with the assistance he needs to manage the offense. They'll provide a healthy Knicks team with a ton of depth and postseason starting options in the medium term. Long-term, Bogdanovic has a $19 million team option for the upcoming season, while Burks is scheduled to become a free agent this summer. This would imply that he'll either improve the Knicks' 24 and 25 squad or assist them in acquiring a star via trade. Up until Julius Randle's broken shoulder heals, Bogdanovic can play at 4. He can then move over and play at 3 after that, or if it works better, he can come off the bench. The Knicks need Bogdanovic to help them shoot and make shots. Longtime Tom Thibodeau fan favorite Burks can play alongside Jalen Brunson or step in for him with the second unit and get some points. Now that the Knicks are stronger and more adaptable, it appears that they'll advance far in the postseason. New York was able to do that without having to trade any first-round picks or good players who brought in $12 million to $20 million annually. And this summer, or when the next great decides to move teams, they might make use of these trade assets. New York continues to lead the rest of the pack. That's what winning entails. The Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic cheers. The Mavs acquired Daniel Gafford's rim protection and P.J. Washington's floor space, which address two critical needs. Along with Luka, Washington gains outside shooting, and Gafford steps in at center to stifle leaks and provide them with a defensive anchor in Maxi Kleber. Doncic's offensive just got more potent. However, many believe it was a complete waste of time because Washington could be an effective 3-and-D player at any position. However, he actually falls short of both requirements in that formula. His three-point percentage is currently only 32% after declining annually for the past 4 years. It's not only Charlotte's poor play that has him hurt defensively. First off, it's unlikely that Washington will make a significant impact on Dallas's defense, which is ranked 22nd. However, bear in mind that the Mavericks have struggled to develop around Luka Doncic ever since they selected him in the draft, and they gained more optimism following this year's trade deadline. Daniel Gafford, the center for Dallas, was traded to the Washington Wizards for Richaun Holmes and a 2024 first-round pick. Dallas received P.J. Washington from the Charlotte Hornets in return for Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a 2027 first-round pick that is lightly protected. Derek Lively II, a young player, and Gafford will be crucial at center. Although his shooting percentage has decreased this season, Washington is a unique power forward who can also assist in spreading the floor. But Doncic and Kyrie Irving will be leading the offensive, so the rest of the team just needs to focus on doing their jobs and the results that will follow. It will be crucial for head coach Jason Kidd and his squad over the next few months. These moves may look good in a year, or they may be desperate attempts to keep Luka happy. And one could argue the same thing about the trade that included Kyrie Irving last season. The Mavs have continued to experience significant ups and downs in their play, and it's going to be disastrous for them and jeopardize their present and future if none of this succeeds. If the maneuvers are successful, though, well, Doncic may well be content for a short while longer. The Boston Celtics. One minor but significant move made by the C's was acquiring Xavier Tillman from Memphis. Their already excellent defense is strengthened even further by his strength and versatility, which provides them on much-needed depth behind Horford and Porzingis. In a closely contested playoff race, this subtle maneuver could have a quite huge impact. With a strong starting lineup and an early lead in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics didn't need to do a whole lot. However, renting Xavier Tillman for 2 second-round picks from the Memphis Grizzlies was a wise move. I mean, Tillman is a large and adaptable defender in the front court, and Boston added a better player than Luke Kornet and additional injury insurance for Kristaps Porzingis, who was a wise move because they might play Julius Randle, Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, or even Giannis in the playoffs. Boston prevailed by proxy because teams that typically play against each other, like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Miami, were unable to make any moves that would have significantly altered the East's power balance. Patrick Beverley was traded by the 76ers to the Bucks, and Milwaukee's poor perimeter defense will benefit from his presence, but he also struggles to score. The 76ers took another step back when they signed guard Buddy Hield, a former Pacers player, and eliminated salary caps. And following their acquisition of Terry Rozier from Charlotte prior to the deadline, the Heat remained silent on Thursday. Choose a group that needs additional support or a little assistance and then take action. A contender with a roster it likes should make its deadline moves by the way the Celtics have. The losers. Los Angeles Lakers. Choosing to keep underperforming players could end up costing them in the long run. LeBron's window of opportunity is closing fast, so their lack of success begs the question of whether they still intend to win the championship. They've put a lot of pressure to perform well in the playoffs, and their failure to make any changes could be very costly. With LeBron and Anthony Davis, the Lakers most likely lost another season, assuming the buyout market doesn't produce any surprise winners. Following weeks of reports, particularly regarding Atlanta Hawks player DeJounte Murray and D'Angelo Russell, Los Angeles decided not to take any action. Now, the Lakers are still able to get a get-out player since their salary is below the luxury tax threshold. Point guard Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyrie Lowry would be a huge addition since Gabe Vincent is still sidelined from arthroscopic knee surgery. However, the 76ers' Thursday trade tax beat means that the Lakers will now have to deal with a new team in the buyout market. The Sixers' non-taxpayer mid-level exception allows them to make a higher offer, and Vincent received the majority of his salary from the Lakers last summer thanks to this exception. Furthermore, the Lakers trading Christian Wood was one of the most unexpected trade deadline omissions. They might have avoided paying the luxury tax if they had done this. Washington Wizards. After trading for Gafford, they're now short-staffed at center, which worsens an already disappointing team. The Wizards' situation is exacerbated by Spencer Dinwiddie's rapid release following his acquisition, which points to a low return on investment. In the nation's capital, this date did not inspire much hope. Numerous teams expressed interest in signing free agent players from the Wizards, but they were only able to close one deal, sending Daniel Gafford to the Dallas Mavs in exchange for a 2024 first-round selection. Now, as of right now, the Wizards do still have Corey Kispert, Tyus Jones, and Kyle Kuzma, and Washington's chances of winning the lottery could be harmed by all three of them, who would have been valuable on different teams. It's astonishing that they weren't able to exchange at least one of those stars for future value. The Chicago Bulls. On the other hand, Chicago's inaction followed an alarming pattern. The Bulls have not traded a player since August of 2021, and they've only dealt away two players, journeyman Al-Farouq Aminu and Garrett Temple, who were first acquired by Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations Arturas Karnisovas. And this was recently pointed out by Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago. Zach LaVine is an all-star guard, but before he had foot surgery, Chicago considered trading him. Now, the Bulls decided not to trade Alex Caruso at what seemed to be the height of his value, or deal DeMar DeRozan or Andre Drummond, two upcoming free agents, but rather they went with keeping the team together for yet another low-scoring run in the play-in round. The Bulls haven't only slept through two consecutive deadlines, though. They haven't dealt a player since August of 2021, which is about 30 months ago, and on the eve of the 2023 draft, they exchanged future second-round selections for a current second. To put that in another way, the Bulls haven't made a single player trade during the DeMar DeRozan era. However, Karnasovas, president of basketball operations, supposedly didn't even want to look ahead. Adrian Wojnarowski stated on his podcast, they're not looking to get draft assets and expirings. They want to quickly restart this, and their goal is to maintain their competitiveness. And with a 24-27 record and a negative point differential, the team currently occupying 9th place in the Eastern Conference can be best described as competitive. Now, the play-in tournament, that's about to begin as well. Beyond winners and losers. The NBA season, which lasts all year long, consists of more than just the trade deadline. While the chances of some teams appear to have improved on paper, they do still need to perform well. And let's not overlook the team's ability to work together, develop players, and injuries that will determine who actually prevails. So settle in, grab some popcorn, and take in the remainder of the season. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure that you subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video like this in the future. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.